Hello, Robbie Susan Chandler here from RobbieSusansCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. Today I'm going to share an Easter card with you, only I'm going to make a sympathy card out of the sample I'm going to make with you, but my original one that we did in card class was an Easter card because it's with the Easter lilies. And I don't really need any more Easter cards, so I thought I would make this one a sympathy card so I would have some on hand. You never know when you're going to need one of those. But anyway, here's the card, and it's made with the Easter Lilies dies and stamp set, and I think it's just beautiful. See, it's really kind of a 3D card. And unfortunately, when you put it in the mail, what's going to happen, unless you mail it in a little box or you just hand deliver it, which you could at Easter. So anyway, let's find out how we put this lily and this card together. It's really quite simple. So let's get started. Alright, first of all, you'll need a card base of thick basic white, and I always use the thick because it holds up much better. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is your card base. And then on top of that, I used another piece of basic white. Now this one is not the thick, this is just the regular basic white, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. So what I did to this piece, I just took my Pool Party ink, and I've already started on this a little bit, and took my blending brush and just pick you up some ink and just start smearing it around just to give you a little blue background. Now on my sample, I didn't go out far enough with the blue, so it almost doesn't show. So on this one, I'm going to go out just a little bit farther. Okay, so there's our blue, and then on top of that we're going to go in with this stamp. Where's my Easter lily? Here's my Easter lily stamp set. So this palm branch comes from this, and I used He Is Risen on one of my Easter cards out of this set, but the palm branch is this one, and I'm going to use Old Olive. And what I did, I wanted to stamp it so that the stem was towards the center, and I kind of did it in a fan shape. So I started with this corner, and then I went down to this corner, and then let's go over to this corner and see how the stems are all meeting in the middle, and that's where our flower is going to be. Whoa, almost did that one wrong. Thank you for stopping me. And we'll do this one here. And then I felt like I had a little blank spot down here, so I turned it this way and kind of did it over like this. Now see, I have a little bald spot right there, but I'm not going to worry about that because I can put my For You right on top of that. Alright, so now we have that stamped, and the next thing I did was run it through the Distress Tiled embossing folder. So I just put it in here and ran it through, and it came out looking like this, which I think looks a lot better than just the plain. So then I took a piece of, this is called Silver and White sheer ribbon. It looks like this. It's a really pretty ribbon, and I just put it across the bottom. So let's just run some tape here. Now I found with ribbon, it's easier to put it on if you use a tape runner on the back and not try to use liquid glue, because liquid glue just doesn't work with a lot of our ribbons. Now this ribbon is not very pliable, so you really have to work with it to get it to stick where you want it and to go on there straight. See it kind of how it wants to curve on this corner. So bring it across real tight and stick it down on the other side. Alright, there we go. Tell you what, let's go ahead and put it down on our card front. And I'll go ahead and show you. I stamped the inside of this one, and I used pumpkin pie, and this With Sincere Sympathy came from Heartfelt Hexagon. And then the branches here are from a different set called With Love and Courage. And I have already filed that one away, so I can't show that one to you. Alright, So let's glue this down. Love and Courage has a lot of very good sayings in it too. In fact, I'll show you one that I used. Here we go. And see, once you get this down, it's going to hold your ribbon. This came out of that set. So this is one I used for Easter. May the Lord bless you and keep you. So like I said, it's a very nice set, and it's in the annual catalog. Alright, so now we have our card front. So let's work on our lily. Now the lily was cut with dies from, there goes my little brush, from the Easter lilies. Here are the dies. Here's the die set. And you need 1, 2, 3, 4 for the lily. So it's this one, your stamen, which has your filaments and your anthers on the end, and this 3-petal one and this 2-petal one. And then I also cut 3 leaves out of old olive. I cut 2 of the smaller ones, which is this one, and 1 of the longer one. So we'll use those in a minute. So let's put all this right here and move this out of the way. Alright, so to make your lily, what I did, I used Granny Apple Green for the center. And I just took my little blending brush and just swiped some Granny Apple right across the base. I didn't go real far up, just enough to make the base green. So here's the base of this one. And then this piece. You kind of want to go up a little bit farther on this one because this one shows more than any of the others. Alright, that looks good. And then don't forget this one. Just kind of do the whole thing. Now the tips of this one, I just took one of our markers, or you could use a blending brush, a blend, and I just colored these. Let's use fat end. I just colored the ends of this with this pumpkin pie. Give it a little orange like most of them are. Could have done it yellow, that probably would have been pretty too. Now that we have these colored, you could take something round like this and start curving your petals. And it does work eventually. See how it's curving there. But I found the bone folder also does a really good curve. And as you curve it in, you want to push it towards the middle. So it's like pull and curve and push. And make a little curve here and then push. Let's see how they're kind of standing up. Curve and then push. Now this piece right here, before I do the others, I stuck it, you see how there's these little openings here? I just stuck this down in there, turned it over on the back and just bent it down. And then when I put a dimensional on there, which I'll do right now, to hook the next one to it, that held it in place just like that. Alright, we'll use this in a minute. So let's go to our other petal. So this is the 2-petal piece, and it's going to go behind the other one. I'll just do your curling on it. The secret is really getting a good sharp curl on these because they don't really look that good flat. Kind of looks like something set on it. Now this piece is a little bit different, and I'll talk to you about it when I get to it. Alright, here's the main one, the front one. I'm going to fold that down a little bit. And then this 2-petal one goes behind it, and you see how the petals kind of peek between there, just like that. And you want to line these bottom ones up so they're even. Alright, let me twist it a touch. Alright, there we go. This one shows in there. That's still not quite where I want it. There. Okay, so we've got all these standing up. And then there's this one. And it's kind of like, well, in the book, they lay it right here on top. Which I kind of didn't like the way that looked. I mean, now that it's colored, it's really not that bad. But I decided to make me a little lip right there. Put a little glue on it. And just stick it underneath the bottom there like that. Kind of felt like that was a more finished look. And then when you turn it over, you can put your dimensional on that little lip right there to help hold it on. Alright, so there we have our lily. How about that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I have one here that I've already put together and have put it on the front of my card. So yeah, this one's really standing up tall. It makes me sad to think what's going to happen when it goes in an envelope, but can't dwell on that. Alright, let's put our leaves on. The long one I put over to the left and let it come down across the ribbon here. One of the short ones I put down on the right side, and the other short one put up here, and then up here in this hole for this card I did a for you, because I told you I was going to make it sympathy. So see that here, that little spot I didn't like, for you, and you open up with sincere sympathy. So here's the Easter lily. Isn't it a beautiful flower? And it really isn't that hard to make. And just think of all the different colors you could do and make. And, I mean, the rose lily is one you could make with this. Really would be beautiful. So I hope you like this video. I hope you'll try this card and get the Easter lily dies, because like I said, they're easy. And some people said, well, they even could look like orchids or other flowers. Just, you know, your imagination can run away with you on this one. So subscribe to my channel by clicking on my picture down there if you haven't done that already. And like my video. If you need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And until next time, happy crafting!